Dan here. Beside the lift with Dee Dee Speed Shop?
Well, we'll get under the lift eventually.
What do you do with that?
Well, I don't know. This is on my car.
Oh, right. Shop measuring tools.
Well, now we have to be more descriptive about what's happening.
Why?
Well, because if the people are just listening, they don't know that I just took something off the car. I took a meter stick off the car.
A meter stick, yeah. We were measuring for a shop 1 meter stick at a time.
Well, what is this called, this tool?
It's a rolling meter stick.
Well, okay.
Also, you can't use meter stick. Everyone that listens is American, so it's a foot sticks. 3 foot stick. Okay, so we're kind of doing a bit of a different thing. We might end up sitting down out in the car for a bit, but we're going to do the podcast as per usual. For the people listening, we're doing the podcast right now. You're listening to the podcast. Today's the day before tomorrow, and the day after tomorrow we're leaving. And this podcast comes out tomorrow.
Which is today when you're listening to it.
There you go. So tomorrow, when this comes out, we're hopping in this thing and we're going to drive it a bunch of miles, 800 miles to Manitoba.
You can keep talking.
Oh, so you're walking away. People can't see that you're walking away.
Well, so. I guess, okay, so maybe you don't have to describe it.
So here's our plan. We're making some changes. We've been talking about for a while. We're going to head down the Speedway as a little cars and coffee deal on Sunday a week.
It's not on a Sunday.
Saturday.
It's on Saturday the 27th.
You know what? As the talent, I know what I know, which is not much.
That
anyway,
I will attest to.
We're taking this fine hot rod down. So we have it's like a prong, like a 3-prong approach here.
3-pronged approach.
So we're headed to Manitoba. So from where we are, Calgary, Alberta, to Lincoln, Nebraska is, or whatever the drive is, 20 some odd hours. And if we go to Winnipeg first, which is a bit of a detour and then straight down, the time difference is only 2 hours or 3 hours more driving. But we break the trip up into 2 days, which we do probably anyways.
And we save a night on the hotel because we'll stay at our own house.
We save a night on a hotel. The other thing we're doing, so like I said, we're measuring out for a shop out back storage building to start, because a full shop's very expensive. But I want to have stuff inside. We had 2 homes in Manitoba, for those of you who are just listening and can't see me drawing them. But so we had a rental, which we used for the garage space, which was great for us. The renter has left, and I decided it's a hassle dealing with renters from across the country. So we sold that sucker, and we're getting all of our money back out of it, which is kind of nice. And that's going to probably go into a shop out back. We're just going through the planning. Well, we have to get the
permits and stuff
to allow us to do what we want, because we want slightly larger than's allowed.
And instead of us trying to figure out all of the permitting stuff, we are going to pay a lady that knows how to do it.
$600.
Yeah.
So she's great. So we're going to go through that. So that's process rent. But anyway, we have to go back to Manitoba and get everything out of that garage, because possession of that place for the other guy is actually really quick, which is in middle of October. And I might be back one more time, but if I'm not, I'd like to get this all taken care of. Man, no one even cleaned up these grind marks from cutting this hole in this hood. So we got to go deal with that. So that's a big part of going there. So a couple extra hours, free night hotel, and then we can head down. Actually, I got a day of work or 2 to do there. Anyways, we're going a couple days early, and then we're going to head straight south for the show. Hopefully, we're going to get to see the museum. I'm really excited about the museum. I want to spend more time there.
Well, you're making me excited about the museum, because I feel like you're hyping it up a lot.
So I gotta say, that museum is, I don't care if you're into cars or not,
the Museum of Speed. I did like it when we went to the Barrett-Jackson Museum. Is it gonna be kind of like that?
Barrett-Jackson
No.
Museum?
What's the one in California?
Oh yeah, what is that called? Jim Meyer? No. It's
in that fancy building.
Barrett-Jackson Museum.
Is it actually the Barrett-Jackson Museum?
No,
I swear it is. No, it's not, but it's something. It's something
people are furiously
fancy.
typing.
I know. That's the best part about this. People are shouting at their
California
Peterson Museum.
Peterson.
I got there first.
You were before me.
I got there.
So anyway, we're it's like that, but for hot rods.
Yeah.
So I think it's one of the best museums I've ever been to. So we're gonna go stop of the 3 I've been to.
I was gonna say, how many museums have you been to?
I like airplane museums.
Yeah.
In my defense.
And actually, every time you go to an airplane museum, you go without me, which makes me mad.
Okay, well, we'll go to the car museum together, and if there's an airplane museum on the way, we'll stop.
That would actually be super cool. Actually, you know what is in Lincoln, Nebraska that I am really excited about? There's 2 places I'm very excited about. Do you know what they are?
The restaurant. IHOP. No, Country Porch. Oh.
Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel. Yeah, Cracker Barrel. We'll go there.
And then what was the other one I said today? I knew you weren't listening.
Airplane Museum.
Texas Roadhouse.
You said that?
Yes. Oh. So that we can get the Roadhouse rolls or whatever.
The butter apparently is really good.
Yeah, the cinnamon butter.
So anyway, our plan is Manitoba. We'll go back there. This car is actually a Manitoba vehicle, and we're trying to be as honest as we can, so the car can only be gone for 6 months at a time, so it's going to live its winter in Manitoba, which is fine, and it's all in the up and up, so we're going to go ahead and do that. So that's kind of our plan, well, tomorrow, once you guys are seeing this.
Yeah, and we put, like, a lot, so the videos that just came out this week was, we did the gas pedal and everything and stuff on this thing. And then we talked about it on the podcast last week, but we've been putting so many miles on this thing.
Well, you can see all the dead bugs in the scoop there.
Yeah.
No, so this
like
thing
we ripped it through the mountains.
Maybe was it 2 weeks ago? Was it last weekend?
It was last weekend.
Last weekend we did, yeah, we put, I don't know what it would be, but it was 5 or 6 hours on the highway.
Yeah, we kept meaning to look up the loop and we just never did.
Yeah, I mean like call it 200-300 miles, nothing crazy. But the thing was rock solid, and actually, I kind of pre-packed the car for tools and breakdowns, just in case. But we kind of have a decent little setup here, so I thought what we'd do is just kind of go through the car, talk about a few things while we're filming the podcast, because we've done a few preparing for, you know, road trips
and whatever.
But I think we'll just kind of BS around. We're having kind of fun lately. Monte Carlo's out back. Actually been driving that a lot. I think those videos are coming out here shortly. So we had some. The first thing I wanted to check was actually registration, because I wanted to make sure we had that in this thing. I actually meant to do that the other day, and I totally forgot before we went on that.
It's in a Ziploc bag, so we must have.
Midnight, November 14th.
Yeah, so we're good.
So yeah, we're cool. Okay, so this thing's rock solid. It's insured. That's all that really matters. It's actually full of junk inside, but
what's inside?
Well, candy and stuff. It actually looks like there's a cat in here.
Oh my gosh, that cat.
We have a cat we're fighting out here.
Guess we should check for any poopies. Oh man, that is kind of funny though.
So, I think, oh, what the? So, this thing, we just did an oil change to it. The transmission oil was good. The transmission leaks, and I have taken everything apart, put it back together, I don't know how many times, and it still just leaks. Otherwise, I think we're pretty well good. I was thinking about maybe changing the fuel filter, but it looks like it's clean in there. This thing's probably got, I don't know, maybe 6,000 or 7,000 miles on it now since we put it together. I mean, it's sat for a while. Its miles have been long distances. I think it's a brand new tank and a brand new fuel tank and everything, so it is what it is there. I went through, before I said I'll just kind of double check everything fluid-wise, but everything was fine. This thing drove fine. There was really no issues. A lot of stuff, I had a screwdriver. It fell, here it is.
All over the car, there's like these little love notes from Newbern when we left it at his house. Please put me on a trailer. I leak all the fluids, which is true.
Yeah, it does leak for some reason, but we haven't, this thing's actually, knock on wood, never been on a trailer. Because I towed it home with the tow truck.
Well, it came on a trailer when we brought it from Newbern's to the border.
Oh, right. Well, yeah, I forgot about that.
That was the only time.
Well, I'm a liar, I guess. There you go, internet. So this is kind of the deal we have typically going. Spare tire, toolbox, miscellaneous junk in here. The problem I don't like about this is a lot of times when we go on road trips, I bring a few electric tools that I always kind of bring back, but this car again is going to stay, and we're flying back here. So, that's what I want to do today is Princess Auto and make a list. So I might have one. I just wanted to make sure I had a big breaker bar for lug nuts if we need it. Everything else we're fine on. I did, all I have is my snap-on one. There might be one in the bed of the tow truck, now that I think about it. So we'll kind of go through this. I'm just going to go through everything I have in the back real quick. We're going to make a quick list, actually, of what we have, because we've been asked before at the border,
are all the tools yours?
Yeah. So, which I always kind of think, I mean, maybe Stanley's different, but it's all Canadian Tire stuff, so it's all Canadian. So I think we might just take a minute and just write everything down, or maybe take a few pictures. If it becomes an issue, be like, hey, here it is. Because the reality is we want to continue to go back into the US of A. And if you do something wrong, they have a kind of a frowny face about that, and then you get booted out. And
like, just the more organized you are going through the border, just the easier it becomes. Like, if you don't have to think about answering the questions, even though you know the answer or whatever, as soon as you start hesitating, I always feel like they're just like, oh.
The only thing we had to do with this thing is put more air in the air shocks, because once I loaded it full of gear, it bottomed out just a little bit on our rough Canadian roads. That, whatever we're I-29 or whatever, the straight south, oh man, it's a nice road. So we should be able to rip through there. I mean, nothing rubs on this thing. The exhaust fell off, which I welded back together. So it's actually not too bad.
I guess, did you make sure you placed the baling wire that you'd use for that? Yeah. Ah, look who's thinking.
That's another good one. I'm always a believer in a little baling wire goes a long way, Danielle. You ain't not wrong.
I know.
There's a belt in the back there. A spare belt's nice to have. Actually, we're gonna change the coolant on this thing, or make sure there's coolant in it, I guess, is the main thing. But yeah, a little baling wire and some electrical tape.
Well, we've used baling wire, I think, on every trip we've gone to the States in.
Really kind of says something about who builds these things.
Well, I'm just saying.
I know you're just saying, I'm just listening.
Well, and quite frankly, the fact that we've only ever had to just use baling wire, I don't know, I think that's pretty good.
Well, I think the reality is, with this car, well, most of the stuff we build, solid mounted stuff.
Do you want this too?
No, that's a belt for that car.
Watch out. I threw the belt.
Belt in the back. Those are the things I always kind of like to have. $74.20. What do you think's on this one? So today we were screwing around a bunch with the fueling system on that friggin' Monte Carlo.
Yes.
$74.20. Yeah, so we got a spare belt.
You were chasing your tail. That's all it was.
So what happened? Did we talk about it last week or not? I don't remember. I was driving to work.
Yes, we did.
A couple days ago. Well, I guess a week ago now, and it just died out of gas. But it said a quarter tank. I'm like, what the heck? So I called Dannie. She was at home, luckily, because she doesn't leave. And there was a...
That's not true. I do leave the house. That's an inaccurate statement.
Anyway, there was actually, I just put a couple of jerry cans in the back of her truck, strapped down everything for the lawnmower, so it worked out really good. So she hopped in the truck, drove down and got me maybe 20 minutes from home, and put gas in and fired up. I'm like, okay. So I assumed that the sender, this sender, had just screwed up. Well, I pulled it out, and I didn't do anything. I pulled it all out, and it's brand new after I'd ordered all the parts. I'm like, what the heck? Which makes me think this is an ongoing issue. So anyway, I put a tank in it and a sender, and I had to wait because everything came so sporadically and all that. So it just, whatever, I did that last night. Put it all together, fired up, it was running. I'm like, okay, great. This morning, we're like, okay, let's go for a little road trip. Yawn break.
It's very exhausting here.
Am I that boring?
Yes.
So anyway, we were doing that. It was running on the hoist, everything was fine. I go to back it out, dead. No fuel. Same thing. I couldn't believe it. The thing was at a quarter tank, so I put 1 5-gallon jerry can. I was ready to lose my mind.
And you guys will see when the video comes out too, that like installing the gas tank was not the easiest adventure.
It's got a big tank, it's a hassle, whatever. It was what it was. Ultimately, I took it all out. The tank wasn't that bad. The sender was fine. So I don't know what the problem was. That's what I don't like is I felt like a parts changer, not a mechanic.
Problem solver.
We weren't fixing anything, which I really hate that. But so as a new tank and a new sender, I put it all in. As it turns out, I flip-flopped 2 lines. So the vent line was the feed line. The feed line was the vent line.
Yeah, these things happen.
So I had to redo that. Look at all the bugs on this though. Like it proves we drive this thing. So anyways, spent the whole morning doing that. I went for lunch and we came back. We thought we would take care of this. So I think we'll maybe make a quick list of everything we need. I'll double check all the fluids even though they were fine. And I do want to put a jug of transmission oil and some coolant and all that in the back. And then maybe we'll get under this thing and just put a wrench on every single fastener.
Actually, so when you went to go bring this in and I thought the keys were in it and they weren't, I was worried. So he texted me like, there's no keys in here. And I just put all of the jeans in the laundry. And so I thought that the keys were in a pair of those jeans. I knew I like had known that I had checked all the pockets. But so I had to take all of the wet jeans out of the laundry and check all the pockets. And it turns out it was just in the little key bowl.
Well, the other thing we got to do actually, because we're really bad at it, we leave all the keys in the cars. We have to go around and take all the keys out of the cars before we go on our few-day trip. And this thing needs to be vacuumed out again and kind of go from there. But anyways, let's make a list of all the stuff that's in it and we can put it down and then I can think if we need anything else while we're working on it. Because if we don't get it tomorrow, we're not getting
So
it.
while we're making a list, go add merch to your cart. Don't buy it because I can't pack it until October 2nd. But just like look at the merch and see what maybe you want to buy.
We have merch?
DDSpeechUp.ca. Also, I look like a 12-year-old boy right now.
Your head looks very tiny.
Wow.
It's pretty bad.
Okay, we'll be right back. Ta-da, look, now we are under the lift
Oh.
with DD Speed Shop.
So the only real leak we have, I brought every wrench here because we're going to put them on all sorts of stuff, but this transmission.
It'll just never stop leaking.
Well, you know what though? We worked on it not too long ago because I just did it and it was fine for a while. It wasn't leaking. And then all of a sudden, it wasn't fine anymore.
And it continued to leak.
Yeah, and it's for sure speedometer cable. It might be, I was thinking it might be this yoke because I clearly has a lot of wear on it. Obviously it's a used one, so I'm wondering if it trashed the seal, the back of the transmission, but I mean.
That sounds like a big job to change.
Yeah, it's not bad, but we just don't have one.
Oh.
And it's, at this point, fine.
Yeah. I'll just throw a little cardboard under the car when we stop at nice places.
Where are we stopping? It's nice.
I don't know, McDonald's?
Cracker Barrel?
Cracker Barrel. Man, am I excited to get some Cracker Barrel. The apples is good, and the cheesy potato thing is good.
This might leaks. I'll just be
aware.
I think, yeah, like I use seal all, I think, when I put this in even. Okay, watch out. It also was over full. I don't know if that
had anything to do with it.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let this drain out. And then,
so if you're only listening, we're draining the transmission fluid into a bucket is what that noise is.
yeah, I definitely had sealant on there. So, I don't know. So the only other thing, but I'm pretty sure it could be leaking through this little O-ring.
Do you change the O-ring? Do we have another O-ring? Is that a thing?
No. Well, yeah, it's a thing. I think, to be honest with you, I pulled all of this out of that other transmission because it was the better of what I had.
Oh.
And now it's still the best of what I have. Oh, this gear is smarshed too.
Oh.
That's part of the problem. Because as this spins, it is supposed to force fluid back into the transmission. I wonder if that not spinning could cause issues. Like, does the speedometer work on this thing?
No, that's why we have the digital speedometers.
Did it ever work?
I don't know.
This was brake clean in the trunk, so it's pre all the rules. The good stuff. So there is no O-ring in it. It's supposed to have one or not, and this is definitely crunched. I just put a brand new one of these in something. Obviously it wasn't this. What else have we been working on?
The other Nova, the Monte Carlo, the truck.
Fix this. Or if it's given
Is that
inside.
fixable, or do we have to go buy a new one?
Well, this is not gonna be a get it on a Sunday. It's not the plan with this. This is for living with it, I think. There might be a gear in the top of that tool tray. But either way.
Does it? There is definitely not.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, that's a bummer. Anyway, that's fine. I'm really excited for this trip, actually. It's been kind of a while since we've done a little road trip.
Well, we did go to Victoria.
Yeah, we only went on one road trip this whole summer, though.
Yeah.
This has to
Move.
move, yes. Oh, I actually wanted to get a paint marker, if I have one, or a wax marker, which is all I have. So, I remember at one time, oh, actually, you know what? I did do this. I paint marked everything.
Yeah, you did that last time.
Oh, I did, eh?
Yeah, because you're very smart.
I feel like I got a little transmission oil in my mustache.
Tasty.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna just go crazy, but I mean, if enough of the ones are easy I can get to are all tight, we're gonna call that taken care of.
There's nothing wrong with the nut and bolt check.
No, there's really not.
And if you have the time, and you might as well just do it.
I always, I don't mind when cars break down. I mind when they break down because of, and I'm gonna say this, I know people call me a hack and stuff, but it's when there's lack of preparation. Hey, those are all still paint marked and good. So I'm not gonna worry about those. That one doesn't have a wrench on it, but, oh, that one's loose.
And that's why you nut and bolt check. So that's good. Actually, yeah, we haven't even been to the States in like 2 years now.
Yeah, we haven't been in a long time.
Because we didn't go last year because of moving, and then we didn't do Power Tour this year. So I think it'll be very nice to. The American rest stop is a rest stop like no other. I know I've talked about this before and at length, but man, just nice, beautiful, clean bathrooms with like clean washrooms and like Wi-Fi.
What a concept.
We don't have that here. Our rest stops are not nice at all.
They're sub-ideal, yes.
Yeah. And TMI, I will not use an outhouse. That is not something I do. You can call me a princess all you want, because I am one.
No one's calling you a princess.
They might be.
With that hat hair combo? There ain't no one calling you that. Okay, so that's kind of all
Actually,
those.
I did use a porta potty though, or like an outhouse style on our way back from Winnipeg last time when we had taken Gertie to meet our families. And you cheered for me because you were proud of me that I went and used it.
Yeah, you weren't having that. I need a bigger wrench.
Didn't like it.
A 1-inch deal, if I have one. Where's my 1-inch wrench, Danielle?
I don't know, I didn't use it.
Oh, here's all of them.
Well,
Let's make sure this,
every single 1-inch wrench you grabbed?
well, I grab a couple, you're in my space.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Welcome to relationships. I'm always in your space.
One of these days.
To the moon.
Just double check.
Watch your head.
These are, that's tight. Oh,
Actually, it's also going to be kind of nice because it'll be cooler weather for driving. Like the car, not that we worry about this thing overheating. Like my goodness gracious, this thing is rock solid. But it'll be nice to not be hot inside the car. And
Oh yeah, this little paint marker's still good. I wonder if I can maybe spray a little oil in there. They're non-greasable. I had greasable joints. Where's the spray? I just but then I upgraded to the heavy-duty ones, which didn't have any provisions for grease, but they were quite a bit larger, which I enjoyed that. Well, ran the brakes.
What do you mean no provision for grease? Can't you just always put grease on anything?
Well, but they would have like a grease nipple on them so you could grease the inside of it. So this thing still has, it's a lot better than it was, but there is some sort of a clunk still. I don't know what it is.
That might just be what it is though.
Well,
like,
it could just be.
It's a straight axle.
Well, straight axle with Heims.
Yeah.
So that is unfortunate reality of our lives. And it only does it on kind of big.
On a big junk.
Well, and bumps that are off, like when one side goes up and the other side doesn't, which again, straight axles, whatever's happening here,
yeah,
is kind of going back and forth. Okay, so that's all tweet. Is this? No, I need that. We just put on. We put lock.
Did you see the
paint on it?
Did you just toot?
No, I think it's the bucket.
Oh.
Thank you, Danielle. I couldn't have just gone without anyone noticing, eh?
He said it was the bucket. You said it wasn't you.
It wasn't me, but I know the internet. No one's going to believe that.
When you were at the Museum of Speed last time, did you see the whole thing or no?
So I went through. What was that?
This.
Oh. I was like, what's leaking? So I would say yes, I saw everything, but I went through it with Joe, and I forget the guy's name who runs the place, and it was just like, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this, and it was all over the place, and I mean, I was there filming by myself and all that stuff, so it was awesome, but
like
now,
a little overwhelming maybe?
Well, it was just hard. The other thing was, it's kind of fun just to hang out with the guys. Because I'd been in the car for however many hours, and it was kind of like, neat just to have made it there and all that. Okay, watch your eyeballs.
Okay.
Get all that off. So it was kind of cool, just kind of BS around, so I really enjoyed that. So I did
that
see,
stuff smells very strong.
it's very different, yeah.
Wow.
No, I'm actually, there's all sorts of stuff that Speedway has that I want to kind of go through and look at and get ideas. We should take a lot of pictures for, that Model A behind us.
Yes.
And just kind of future builds
Projects.
in general.
Inspiration.
Okay, so tight, the front end is bolted on, that's fine. The steering is good.
Is it all like one level?
No, God, no. It's at least two.
Really?
And then there's a whole section that was new at the time, which wasn't really open to the public, but I got in there. It was like 2 stories full. Like, it's huge. It's fantastic. Like, I can't describe it enough. So, and I don't think it's very expensive to get in. And, I think that alone is, that's why I want to go. It's worth the trip just to make it. Okay, all the steering stuff is all got set screws in it, and it appears as though I tack welded it, so it ain't coming apart. The other thing, and this is maybe we can show, here are the things that I think can ruin a road trip, is stuff, like this. Like, is it gonna rub? Which this does, but this is like hydraulic cable, so I'm not worried about it. But this one here, this is a bit of a funny one, where the brake cables want it to be. They kind of like there is space. If you can see, can't more. There you go. There is space, but obviously it can just barely rub. So I put a piece of hose with zip ties on it, just so it can't, rub through. So that's fine. I was thinking here. I don't know if this is gonna move or not. We don't have any witness like in the hose, but I might just wrap this. Actually, we'll do it right now, just because I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. So we'll take heater hose. So for the folks at home listening, You don't
Why'd
want...
you make your voice like that?
Well, I'm talented. What was that? You don't want things, I mean, rubber or, you know, fuel line, brake line, electrical especially, going through any sort of like a firewall or whatever without a grommet, if you possibly can. This hose is not really what I wanted. What's up with this fly? It's getting me. I need a zip tie. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take a hose, I got a little chunk of it. We're gonna split it down the center, open it up like a little taco. We're making a hose burrito is what we're making here. It sounds good, eh? You say I never cook for you. Oh, okay. I thought it was a pretty funny joke. So we'll split that down the center. And all we gotta do is put this on, slide it back, and there you go. I'll put a couple of zap straps on for safety, because you know me. And I ain't going nowheres. And now, I mean, it has to wear all the way through that hose and the other one before we have any issues. And again, this car, I did overbuild every fuel line, transmission line is either, well, you can see the fuel line is all hard line, aluminum, front to back, and then the transmission line is hydraulic, and actually the fuel line from the pump up is also hydraulic line. So.
Why would you call that overbuilding it? Because
it's like race car stuff. So like when you do, like at the track, if you want to go like racing, and I don't know if it's all cars or maybe it's just certain speeds or mile an hour or whatever, you're not allowed having like rubber hose and stuff like that, or very small, like 12 inches or something like that. Like little connections of rubber hose, everything else.
I have to get our travel insurance.
I already have it.
For both of us?
Yes.
Oh, wow, thanks.
I thought I was having a heart attack, so I thought I would buy it.
Oh, why'd you think you were having a heart attack, honey?
I took too many cold pills.
And so what did we learn, though? Is
Read
that
the back of the bottle.
cold pills have a bunch of ginseng and that they may have changed since the last time you took a cold pill, so you don't take 3 of them anymore, you take 1. And then you also don't combine it with a bunch of caffeine sodas and Red Bulls.
Okay, I haven't had Red Bulls in quite a long time.
You had one yesterday.
No, I didn't. I haven't had Red Bull in weeks because I thought it was dying.
I just threw out a can.
Well, maybe it was an old can.
Oh, maybe. Because I thought I was dying.
But now I feel fine. So, edit that out real quick.
I won't.
So otherwise, this thing here, I mean, and again, this is probably overkill just because it's, I mean, we already got, like I said, 8,000 miles on it. Nothing's gonna happen. If you were gonna have a issue, I believe you were gonna probably have it. But we're getting to the point now, which I highly recommend everyone does this, is road trip your car. It's, the first couple times is a little daunting and
annoying because you are going to have issues.
Well, and I mean, I tend to overthink things a little bit, which is really rare for me. I usually don't overthink much. But when it comes to like the road tripping, you know there's a date coming. And the real thing is we have, not obligation, but the show is Saturday and we want
to be there.
We want to be there, yes. And like the museum is closed Sunday, so it's not like we just have an extra day. And I have that pesky full-time job I have to get back to.
So do I.
Yes. Yes, you sure do. So, I like to kind of not have issues. Now, I know the realities is when you put miles on stuff, eventually it's going to break down and it's going to happen. And I mean, this thing here is front to back, it looks rough. I mean, it's all rusty, which I actually love. I'm sure the internet's just hating
Somebody has commented a few times, being like, why didn't you paint that?
Because here we are 2 years later, this thing looks, other than the valve covers, looks like a car someone built in the 70s or 80s and just whatever, disc brakes and stuff, I guess a little different, but whatever. And that's the look I love. This car, in my mind, is the perfect look. I think the The front end could be a little lower in my opinion, but Danny likes it high. I mean, I'd just take a leaf out of it or put a drop axle in or something. But otherwise, I think this car is absolutely perfect. Poser perfect, because it's not a race car.
No.
What was I saying there? Oh yeah, so we put the front end in, it's got the 9-inch in it. I mean, it's got, you know, John and Cecil special motor, it's got rebuilt trans in it. And the rear end's obviously all brand new stuff. But stuff could break. Like, you know, it is what it is. And I'm accepting of that. But what I don't want is when something breaks that, oh yeah, I should have done that. Or I didn't think of it. Or, well, didn't think of it's one thing. If you don't think of it.
That you were lazy about it.
I was lazy, but it's a perfect word for it. Yeah, like you don't double check the front end. You're like, oh, I'm sure it's fine. And then it's not fine.
And it takes 20 minutes. Like,
Yeah,
just add that into
exactly.
your preparation in general. A little bit of prep saves a big headache later.
No, and I mean, this thing, it's good. We'll double check all the lights, we gotta do that. I did have the whole front end apart, so I had the spindles apart, wheel bearings I think I repacked when I had it all apart. So they're fine. These tires, lots of tread, they're not scuffing or nothing like that, so the alignment must be decent. We did this ourselves. I think we actually did the alignment, because it had the different heims, and we changed those heims at Cruising the Coast, did an alignment there in the parking lot, and have driven it since. So I actually did mean to take it in for an alignment, but it's fine. It doesn't wander, it doesn't howl, so we should be good there. Oh yeah, you know what I should have done too, is maybe just gotten a transmission pan gasket. Oh right, I never did it because we have to take.
So the camera died because it got too hot.
What was I talking about?
Road trip prep stuff and...
What about buying t-shirts? Was that part of it?
It was not, no, but just a reminder, if you're looking at the merch site, I won't be packing and fulfilling anything till October 2nd, because the 1st is my birthday and I'm doing no work that day.
What was it, because you're too old?
Younger than you, buddy.
So, I figured out, I think what the problem is.
Oh.
There's supposed to be a gear on the transmission shaft there, which is going to turn the speedometer gear. Doesn't exist.
Oh.
It's not on there. So it's just the shaft going through. So the speedometer gear is not spinning. And
that's why it doesn't work?
that'd be why it doesn't work. There's also supposed to be a seal on the outside of the little lip, which we don't have. And we're not getting before we leave tomorrow. So it's not working, and we have no seal, so I just seal-alled it all together. And I'm essentially turning the speedometer drive
Into a plug.
And then that will be what that's gonna be like. We have actually a digital speedometer in this thing.
Why do we have it? Well, we have 2 digital ones.
We have one that's miles an hour that I read, and then one that's in meters per hectometer or something like that for you.
No, kilometers, because I can't do the conversion of miles to kilometers in my head.
But what are you gonna do the second we cross the border? It's mile an hour.
I can switch it.
Oh.
I got one that does both. Also, the one that's in there is currently miles per hour, so there's no problem.
There's no problem.
And actually, the one I got is pretty cool. It's like a solar one. So you don't have to plug it into nothing.
So I think what I'm gonna do is we're just gonna leave that alone, because I put seal oil in it, because that's got properties that don't let oil and stuff, you know, kind of like you use on gas and everything, versus like silicone. So we're gonna clean this up real nice, just kind of wick out as much transmission oil that's right up against as we can. I'll then seal all that, put that all in, and we'll let that sit for a couple hours before we put transmission oil in. So we're always putting transmission oil in right away. I checked the diff oil before we left on the last road trip. It was a little low, so I topped it up, so I'm sure it's fine. It's not like it's leaking on the ground, it just has a little bit of a leak. I guess we gotta double check the back here, just a little. But overall, I think this thing is pretty much ready to rip, so.
That's exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited to get to the show. It's 14 hours to Manitoba.
Yeah.
That drive's gonna suck.
That part I'm not looking forward to.
The problem is we're at the point now where the sun's not up as many hours, and I don't really like driving
at night.
It's not really
Yeah.
not a huge fan of it. This thing has terrible headlights because they point at the moon. I did put on those fog lights, so it actually isn't terrible. But I don't know, I always just feel like driving at night, people are
Yeah.
paying attention and stuff, and then deer and all that sort of stuff, and I'd rather avoid it. This thing, I mean, it's probably fine, has seatbelts in it and all that stuff, but still.
Drive smarter.
We can, I think
Nothing
we
wrong
have
with that.
exactly 12 hours of daylight. So
We're gonna leave it like 6.
we have at 6, we'll drive in the dark for half hour, 45 minutes, and we'll probably drive in the dark for half hour, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Assuming we
Everything
have
goes
no
fine.
catastrophes. But I do feel good. So we have to run out tonight. I want to get another liter of oil. I want to get a liter of ATF because I have just gallons. I don't want to take a whole gallon. The breaker bar we got to find. I want to get a funnel, a couple of vice grips, which I might just order that stuff off Amazon actually, just to toss some in here. Just some cheapy vice grips, which we have
Might
to.
not be here tomorrow though.
Yeah, well, if it's the next day, whatever.
I guess you could order it to Winnipeg.
I want it for the road trip.
Yeah, so this the road trip to Winnipeg.
We have to drive
right?
to Winnipeg still.
How would I just fly?
I'm not gonna lie, the drive from Winnipeg to Lincoln, I actually have far fewer fears because there's so much more people,
Yeah.
parts stores, hot rod shops.
It is a bit of a no man's land from here to Manitoba. Like there's nothing.
So if we leave here about 2.5, 3 hours from here is Medicine Hat. It's not bad. It's a big hot rod community, so we'd be fine there. And ultimately, if you make it there, you've got a problem, you just tow back and we leave one day later. Such is life. After Medicine Hat, though, it becomes Swift Current, nothing really, Moose Jaw, and then we hit Regina. Regina's good. There's a couple speed shops there, and we're traveling on a Monday, so we should be fine. And we'll be hitting that middle of the day, so everything will be open. Plus, I have that guy's number, so if I have to call him at any time, he'll answer.
That's that Queen City Performance.
Yeah, and then we keep ripping. Probably nothing until we hit about Brandon. But by then, it's going to be 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, so stuff starts shutting down.
Yeah.
And those are all small towns, so nothing's open late until we basically make it home to Winnipeg.
Yes.
So that's the goal anyway, which, I mean, we've done that trip many times on an old car,
Yeah.
and it's not the end of the world. And it's actually going from where we are in Alberta, we're actually at like 2,500 feet or something like that above sea level, and Manitoba's 600 or whatever. So we're going downhill the whole way, so the car runs easy.
Well, and I guess, are we gonna have to change the tuning and stuff from the elevation?
This thing does have a fair bit of timing in it, but we can actually pull timing with the computer.
Right, so we don't have to.
So we might just do that.
Yeah.
As long as you're on premium fuel, actually, you know, it's a good octane boost. It's probably something we should
that's a
put
good
on there.
idea.
Because we were actually, well, we were going to, we were going to see Mordski.
Mordski,
And so we're in some...
our arch nemesis.
Yeah, we were in Backroads, North Dakota, going to see him, and we were in the Nomad,
Towing the brick.
towing the Bricklin, and that thing had, you know, decent little motor with a lot of timing in it, and all we could find was 87, and it was rattling the motor if you were like at all on it. So that was a hassle. We had to, you know, go find premium fuel, and even that, as we go east, we can only get 91. Well, no, there's 90. There might be 93 in Manitoba. I don't know. It's in Saskatchewan, but this thing wasn't bad on fuel though, because we filled it up before we did that road trip, and we did 4 hours of driving, and then drove home. And it's empty now, so we can probably get 4 hours of cruising on a tank. So we'd have to fill up.
I don't know if we can get 4 hours of cruising on this tank. If you're only listening, I am pointing into, what's it called? My bladder. I forgot what it was.
If you're just listening, you can't see my look of disappointment. But, so yeah, we have that to deal with. But really, I mean, we're stopping every 2-3 hours anyways. But we got to make sure we stop at. Shells are pretty good in Petro-Canada's up here. They usually have pretty good fuel. But you know what? And then in the U.S., going south, I don't know the gas stations. At one point, I stopped at like a Indian casino for fuel in South Dakota or whatever, and I think it had premium. But I always worry about that. If we don't have premium, just toss a little jug of that in there, and everything's happier, and you're not risking any issues.
We don't drive through Wisconsin. Hey, I guess that's the other side. Because didn't Wisconsin get a Buc-ee's? I don't think there's a Buc-ee's close to Nebraska.
Your sad face with your ridiculously sized hat with your ears tucked in it. Make you look like...
If I untuck my ears, you'll start calling me smart guy.
Yeah, you look like smart guy.
So I don't want, so I'm not untucking them.
So yeah, fuel's the only thing that's a bit of a concern. But actually, that being said, if you guys know whatever...
Yeah, if you know gas stations.
Where we should stop, or little towns. See, that's the other thing, like, when we were ripping there, there's
To BC.
No. You just jump in with a story that you weren't part of.
That's right.
Actually, we should make sure we have all these wrenches, too, in the back, just to... We have everything you need. I guess it'll be fine. Universal wrench is what we need. We were driving south, and when you're on the interstate, you're ripping, and it's like, oh, Watertown, or like these little, and I don't know what's what, so you just randomly pull in for fuel, and some of them are small town, and I think Watertown actually is a pretty nice one, or big one. Not saying that the other ones aren't nice, but just, obviously small towns don't have all the amenities that we're looking for. So maybe that's where, if you guys know what towns to stop in.
Towns and like good places to stop for lunch.
Because like realistically, once we cross the border, we usually hit Grand Forks, get fuel there or whatever, and then we get Fargo again if we have to. It's not that far.
You know what's weird now though is like, so normally when we go to the States, we make sure we're like, hey, we have to hit up Arby's, we have to hit up Chick-fil-A.
Well, the Zaxby's we don't have.
Zaxby's, I don't know if they're that far north though, but we don't have to hit up Chick-fil-A or Arby's because we have those here now.
Life's good, eh?
Life is good, but so now we need to expand our palette. So we'll probably hit up Culver's.
Culver's is in,
You like Culver's?
Isn't that just in North Dakota or something?
I think so. Oh, yeah, you always want to try Taco John's.
Yeah, we can do that.
That's in North Dakota. We've never done Taco John's.
Basically just a road trip to eat. Sounds like what we're doing.
Well, we like to eat.
I'm skinny as a rail. Well, there you go. So I think this thing was good. The only issue we're going to fight is the transmission. While this is doing, I'm going to drain the coolant.
Yeah.
And I'll put just a jug of pure antifreeze in, so it'll be for sure a 50-50 mix or close to. So that'll be cool. And then double check the lights. Make sure everything is in the thing.
If you see us, wave, say hi.
Yeah, and hopefully, I guess this is coming out 6 days before the
Cars
show.
and Coffee, so
hopefully we see you there. Please stop by.
September 27th, we'll take a picture of when we finally get parked in the Cars and Coffee thing. We don't know where we'll be, obviously.
Facebook.
Check out Facebook because we'll post on there where we'll be parked and stuff. And yeah, if you see us on the road, say hi, wave. Thank you everyone who's already sent messages offering your shops and stuff to strangers from Canada. We do really appreciate that.
Strangers. We're nice Canadians. But actually, a lot of people have said too that I guess they weren't following as much on Facebook. And that's where we post most up-to-date things. So they follow on YouTube, so it's a little bit behind. So that's your best place if you do want to kind of stay up to date. Is what we're doing, where we're at, what's working on the cars, just pictures, stories, reels, stuff like that. So yeah. But anyways, that's it for today. I'm gonna do the coolant. We'll double check we have a bunch of wrenches in the back.
Then we'll go get quesadillas.
Quesadillas, and a list of things here we need. I'm gonna go see if the tow truck has a breaker bar in it right now. Because realistically, we can't get... Realistically, we have to be able to change the tires. Oh, one more little tech tip I always do. I always run the same size lug nuts and everything, so life just is a little easier. So you can, if a wheel blows off, you lose all 5 lug nuts, you can take 1 or 2 off the other ones and keep going on and stuff like that. Little things like that. It's always handy. But again, the US, we only got probably every 45 minutes. There's no O'Reilly's down there.
Yeah.
So, life's easy. Okay, I'm ready for a snack. Quesadillas. Thanks for watching. See you there.
Bye.
Bye.